Again.
Yeah, again, I know. I'm gonna tell you like outright, in case you were curious.
Uh-huh.
I've had way too many things I've been wanting to do, and I just don't have enough time for them in a day. I don't. I don't have enough time. There's not enough time in a day, in a month even.
Only has
I don't.
24 hours.
Yeah, 24 hours. I don't have enough time to do most of the things I want to do. I especially don't have time to
Mm-hmm.
be trying to play Final Fantasy Tactics. They've
Ah,
released
yes.
Chron. I don't have time for that. I don't have time. I
Mm-hmm.
want to. Believe me, I want to. Oh my god. Tactics in the year 2025?
Mm-hmm.
Tactics
Tic
in the
Tac.
year Yeah, tactics in the year 2025? Are you fucking shitting me right now? Tactics in the year 2025? What are we doing? What are we even doing? I mean, I'm eating good. I can't say everybody in the space is eating good. Looking at you, Microsoft. I don't know what the fuck y'all smoking. We'll get to you. Don't
Mm-hmm.
I'll get to you. Y'all smoking something. I don't know. They smoking something that made God cough because that shit's crazy to me. I don't know. I, I've never in my life seen a company just burn away as much goodwill. You know,
Hmm.
I'd argue they burned that goodwill after the 360. If you ask me, I think that's when they burned. I think the goodwill is mostly burned
The
away.
burning has been keeping on. It's been a continuous process.
You ever seen a trash fire just not stop? It's like the trash fire just
Not
doesn't.
seen it, but it's like one of those coal mine fires
Mmm.
where you accidentally light up a coal mine and it burns for decades.
It's like, oh yeah,
Something like that. I think Microsoft looked at that and said, "We want one of the something some of that."
yeah. It's like they saw that and went, we could do that.
Mm. Yeah, hold our beer.
We could do that. Yeah, we could do that.
Mm.
We can make that a fucking we can do that. We can make that a thing. So
They've been
I
pretty successful with that, honestly. Yeah.
they've been surprisingly successful. That's crazy. I don't know. Fuck. I wish I had that kind of fucking success. That's crazy to me. Absolutely insane. But I've been playing a few different things actually
Mm-hmm.
this last couple of weeks. I know it's been a bit off and on these last couple of weeks with everything between like holiday stuff and
Mm-hmm.
me just being me, which for what it's
The
worth.
spooky season.
Yeah, the spooky season. Actually, okay, so Halloween is the 30th, but a lot of places around here don't. They'll celebrate Halloween for the sake of the
Mhm.
kids on a different day than the 30th because I think the 25th this year was the technical Halloween. Technically speaking, at least around here it was because that's where
Mhm.
you saw everybody like dressed up in like Halloween costumes and like doing stuff. Yeah, that day. So that was yesterday. So
Isn't it the
that
31st?
30th, 31st, one of the two. I haven't paid attention to
Hmm.
Halloween
Okay.
in like
Yeah.
so.
So it would be technically next Friday.
Mm.
I don't follow it much either.
Listen, man, I look at holidays through the eyes of someone who's worked retail most of my life, and after you've done that for
Hmm.
so long, dude, holidays are just another fucking just another fucking day. Like,
Unless it's Black Friday.
yeah, then I just want to throw
That's
myself off a
just
cliff.
Armageddon.
I just want to throw myself off a cliff. That's no, I don't want to do that. Ew.
It's like Armageddon and Deep Impact in one.
Ooh. Ooh. Mm. Yikes. That is one hell of a damn. I did see, however, because I've been so busy, I
Mhm.
saw some of the new trailers for like the Marvel Cosmic Invasion, and I'm like, ooh,
Ah, yes, the launch date trailer. Hmm.
ooh, we got a nice little set of characters in this game. God
Hmm.
damn, we got
Yep.
there's some characters here. I was like, really? Like Iron Man. I was
Mhm.
surprised. Iron Man wasn't initially announced for this, was it? He wasn't initially shown. Was he
I'm
initially
not
shown?
sure. I don't think so. Yeah, I
He
don't
wasn't
think
like
so.
initially.
Yeah.
That I was surprised because they made a big deal out of Iron Man being there. I'm like, wasn't he always
Hmm.
there? Wasn't he always there? And then I went back and looked. I'm like, oh no, he was. Oh, he wasn't. He wasn't
Hmm.
there. He wasn't. He wasn't originally there. They announced like Phoenix,
Cynics, yep.
fucking Venom, which I was like, damn, okay,
Mhm.
it's not what I was expecting. Fair enough. I can
But
accept
I
it.
think they had him in the previous trailer already, I think.
Mm-hmm. So I'm
Overall,
down.
it's a pretty nice choice of a roster.
They got they have a move for Iron Man where he's doing the double knee drop on somebody, which gave
Hmm.
me horror flashbacks from a scene out of the Teen Titans cartoon where like Robin drops
No.
off of a roof of a building and just double knees this dude through a building.
Mm.
I'm like,
Hmm.
oof. Like I don't want to go off topic. I'm just gonna say Robin from Teen Titans, boy was he was built incorrectly. That's not you should not. Batman fucked up letting him off. You let that one. Look, I get it. Okay, there's a ton of different Robins he could have. You chose that one. You let that one. You let that one off the hook. Don't get me wrong. I will admit it's probably better than having which one was the Red Hood? Tim Drake. I think it was Drake.
Mm, I think so.
Probably better than having him. I wouldn't probably trust
Mm.
him with that kind of responsibility. You'd have a lot of dead villains. I feel like you'd have a lot of
Hey, and that's why he let that one go, because as we know, Batman doesn't want to kill, so he doesn't want to have that chance happen around him.
no, he doesn't.
So he puts that one to the Teen Titans. They can kill, that's fine.
Yeah, they can hand. It's like yeah, I mean, you can't hand Damien over. I mean, I wouldn't trust. I get some of the later canons. It's Damien who is on the Teen Titans, which I think is
Mhm.
hilarious that you gave Damien to them. It's like you gotta learn some teamwork. Eh,
Heh.
yeah. Uh, mm. Okay.
Teamwork.
Yeah. Really.
Teamwork.
This
Mm.
kid is the one that needs to have fucking teamwork. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense, but yikes, that's a choice. That's definitely a choice. I'm trying to think. Was there anything else I've picked up this week? I don't think there is. That's the crazy. This a lot of the last
Mhm.
couple weeks had just mostly just been me like playing stuff and catching up on things,
Mhm.
such as the second Golden Sun game I've been working on, which I'm
Yay.
almost finished with, nearly done, which is
Nice.
fucking me up because I didn't think. Okay,
Oh,
Golden
he
Sun.
didn't think it was gonna be this quick.
Yeah, I didn't. And Golden Sun 2 has a problem that I'm not a fan. It has a problem that I've bypassed because I have resources to know where I'm supposed to go. Because the game
Mhm.
hits a certain point where it just says, okay, explore, find new psi energy
Okay.
powers, and go from there. And it doesn't really tell you
Mhm.
much after that.
So it doesn't give you any pointers.
Not really. And if they do, they're
Okay.
from if it does, it's from villagers
Uh-huh.
in separate towns where you just got to go figure that shit out.
Mhm. Okay. Okay.
So,
Interesting.
I looked up where to go. So I knew like the locations I needed to go on the map. So a lot of my playthrough has been like,
Mhm.
okay, guys, our next location is here.
Yeah,
We're
we have the
going,
list already.
yeah,
That's
we're
fine.
going here. We're going here now. Now we got to go all the way the fuck
Mhm.
down here. The problem is I don't think that was a very good way to do it because I don't know.
Mhm.
It's a good game, absolutely, but
Mhm.
I think there needs to be there's a difference between hand holding and
Mhm.
legitimately
And
just
and just putting you into the catapult from the who are those gnome brothers from Secret of Mana?
yeah, I'd almost
Just
say
put the
like
team in there wherever they land, they land.
I was almost, I was also gonna bring up the putting you in a cannon like Wind Waker, but then again, when they put Link in the
Mm,
cannon, at least they had a rough idea where he was going to land. They knew roughly where he
mm,
was going to land. But yeah, I think there needs to be there's a difference between like holding my hand and just giving me infinite amounts of freedom and then praying I figure out where
mhm.
I'm supposed to go. Because having done it, I don't necessarily know how you'd figure this out. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Is I'm not entirely sure how I would come to the conclusion to go to some of these areas, because some of these areas you get powers that are necessary to go to a
Mm-hmm.
different place that you need to go to work your way through that place. But again, how would you know that? There's no, I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's something in the game. I don't deny that. Maybe there's some sort of,
Mm-hmm.
maybe there's like a random NPC in a city somewhere I didn't talk to. I don't deny that. It's possible. Fuck it. I make that mistake all the fucking time. But to me, at least, it feels a little
Mm-hmm.
fucking weird when you have it set up this way. And it's like, okay, I know where to go because
It's
you know,
mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
looked.
it's kind of difficult to know when when you're new to the game and the game just doesn't tell you anything instantly, so you really have to search for stuff. I mean, that's kind of I mean, you can then just go through all the towns and talk to all the people and stuff, but that's kind of, I don't know if that's a fun way to do it. Not really.
I
I'd say
guess
have a few pointers. You could give them a few pointers, like maybe talk to this guy and then he'll say something about, yeah, you could go into that area. I've heard something there,
because
and then you go from there.
a lot of these places you're going to, they don't necessarily tie
Hmm.
into like the different towns you're going to, because like only one of these places
Hmm.
ties in to a town nearby, and that's because the town
Hmm.
nearby, you find out by talking to people that there's a
Hmm.
serpent that lives on this mountain that you have to go
Hmm.
to find like an
Hmm.
item, right? But you find out that this town every year sacrifices one of the women in the village
Hmm.
to the serpent. They have to
Hmm.
for whatever reason. I forget why, but they have to, or else bad things
It's
happens.
probably the usual thing. Do it or you all die.
Yeah.
Something like
So they
that.
have to sacrifice. So you find out that, but
Hmm.
that doesn't really play a big role into why you're doing it, because fundamentally you're not
Hmm.
doing it for the village. You're doing it to get the power that the village has.
Hmm.
You're not going there to help them. You're going there to get the power. It just so happens to be that by doing this
Helping
you
them
end
is
up,
just a side bonus.
yeah, it's just that by doing that you end up crossing paths with this fucking serpent. So then, oh
Hmm.
god. Okay, so I had never done that segment before, right? Because when I originally played this
Hmm.
game, I didn't get that far because I was a stupid kid.
Oh, okay.
I don't deny that. I was. I was under the impression, like most games, that I could fight the serpent as soon as I got there, right? And I was like, okay,
Ah.
maybe he'll
Hmm.
be a bit harder, right? But it shouldn't be that big of an idea. Turns out, in doing the
Party wipe
dun,
in one hit.
no, it, oh no, I wish,
Mhm.
that would have saved me fucking time. So
Okay.
by doing the dungeon, you weaken the serpent. That's important for you
Uh-huh.
to know. So me being
Okay.
me, and I am an overconfident son of a bitch. I'm like, well, I'll just fight
Uh-huh.
the serpent now. Like, I'm
Hmm.
sure I could take him. So I do. First
Hmm.
problem, he gets 4 attacks around, back to
Hmm.
back, 4 attacks outright. So it's my character's turn. It's like, we'll have our different turn orders, but his turn order is one block of 4 separate actions.
Hmm.
So
So
right
every
off,
time one of your characters goes, he can hit every one of your characters.
yeah, for every one attack all my characters could get, he could hit all of us in one
Hmm.
round. So first off,
Hmm.
4 round. Every time it's his turn, he gets 4 actions. Is fucking insane. So instantly, I'm already on the back foot. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this garbage?
A
Four?
little bit.
Okay, well, shit, this is gonna suck. But
Hmm.
then he did it, CD. Then he fucking did it. After I'd already put 10 minutes into fighting this fucking thing, he does the
Hmm.
thing. He uses Cure Well, and the text says
Ah.
Serpent's HP is fully restored. Woo! Fully restored. After
Hmm.
15 minutes, I was like, well,
Hmm.
this was a mistake. I fucked up. I'm going home.
I'm out. Abort.
I am done. I fucked up. I picked a fight.
Eject.
I should not have picked a fight with this man. This was a mistake. I picked a fight. Nope. Gonna do the dungeon properly. Not can't do this way. Nah. Nope. Mm-mm.
At that point, how much of its HP did you have down?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I just know
Uh,
the fight was going. I mean, as well as it could be when he gets four actions every time his turn pops
mm-hmm.
up. I was making progress. I was doing more damage to him than
Mm-hmm.
he could do to me. He was not putting me. I was shakily in control, and then he's like, "Not anymore. Not today."
Guess who's gonna run out of resources first?
Full heal, sir. Try again. So that
As Cap
was
would say, I can do this all day.
he could. He very much. I genuinely was not expect. I don't know why I didn't think that would happen. But there's another
Mm-hmm.
boss. So at one point, you have to end up fighting. And I lie to you not. This isn't like
Mm-hmm.
hyperbole. Poseidon, like
Mm-hmm.
like the
Okay.
Poseidon, like
Mm-hmm.
the god himself. And
Mm-hmm.
part of what this game doesn't tell you, because I assume that the game is thinking that you go to this place and you're going to run into Poseidon first, get into a fight with
Mm-hmm.
Poseidon, and then realize that he has a shield of invincibility around him. Which,
Like you do.
as a
I
god,
mean, God.
as a god would. So,
Mm-hmm.
what the game does not tell you, if it does tell you, then I missed it. I don't deny that.
Mm-hmm.
It's possible I missed it. I will openly claim that. What the game does not tell you is that in these different places that you have to explore, you end up finding these trident pieces, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
by the end of this,
They effectively counter the shield.
at by the end of this, you end up forging it into a full blown trident. So when you actually go fight Poseidon like you're supposed to, you use the trident and it
Mm-hmm.
destroys his invincibility shield, and then you can mollywop a god. Because let's face it, what's an RPG
I
without
mean, it's a
teenagers?
JRPG.
What's
It's a JRPG. Teens, gods, JRPG. Yeah.
teenagers, fucking teenagers beating up fucking deities? Nothing new. It's
Day ending in Y.
Yeah, it's a common occurrence. I honestly believe. I think we do it. We do it for fun at this point. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's been. I've been working my way through that. I'm more than halfway done. I only have a lot of the game I have left now is probably gonna be mostly side questing. It's a lot of like side
Ah,
questing stuff, collecting
mm-hmm.
some stuff, taking care of the pre so there's not a post game per se. There's additional content that's like
Mm-hmm.
post game level content that you're supposed to do before you finish the game because there is no like post
Mm-hmm.
game. You know what I mean? There's no you beat the game and you get to keep playing. There's none of that. It's just you do all this
Yeah.
content before and then you beat the game. So I got that stuff
Mm-hmm.
to do. So that's what's next on my list of things I gotta go take care of, which I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get it done. It's gonna take me some time, but I'm gonna grind through it. Got no
Cool.
choice. But yeah, that's it, sir.
Neat. For me, It's not been that much new. I've been doing my usual idle games, doing my uh, playing around in Godot, working on a new project there, and doing some more Borderlands 4. And that's mostly it. Yeah, nothing
Still,
special
still can't get
these
over. I still
days.
can't get over by like the 20% drop. We didn't get to talk about this on the show, but
Mm,
like Borderlands 4 dropped 20% within like a month, which I thought it was
mhm.
longer. I did because
At least temporarily. Yeah.
I thought it was longer. Oh my god, feels soon. It's been out. Well,
Mm,
it's been out for a few months. No, it's been out like a month at the time when that
mm,
like sale happened. I'm like, okay,
yeah. Mm,
okay. Mm. Actually, I need to check because I was almost gonna consider getting it to play with some friends, but the majority of my
mhm.
friends that got it, well, half of them have it on
They
PC,
probably
half
have it on console. Ah,
well, a lot of us,
half half.
so a lot of us, well, some of us have it on console, but
Hmm.
a lot of them aren't playing it on console right now because of that stupid memory leak
Okay.
issue.
Right. Yeah, there was that.
They're hoping there's a
True.
solution to that at some point because it's kind of making the game kind of
Hmm.
unplayable, or at least
At least
difficult.
after a while. Yeah.
Yeah, difficult to play for long periods of
I don't
time.
know
Which
I don't know how long it takes for that to occur.
and
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure how fixable that is. Is our memory leaks a thing you
I mean,
could just fix?
memory leaks usually are fixable.
I hope so, because I don't know. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know enough about that type of thing to be knowledgeable. All I know is okay. So maybe I shouldn't use Bethesda as my frame of reference for memory leaks. I feel like I shouldn't do that because they never fix that shit for some of their games.
Hmm.
Because there's a memory leak that still exists for I think the PS3 game, the PS3 Skyrim. It's still there.
That's possible.
That
I mean,
that's
I
still
wouldn't really expect them to fix a PS3 memory leak at this point.
well. I'm just saying it's been there since the game launch of
Yeah.
PS3. So and they never fixed it. So either
Hmm.
it wasn't fixable or they just decided not to. I don't know. I'm not inside of their heads. I don't know why you wouldn't fix it.
Yeah. Was it a really a memory leak in that one, or was it just that the save games got too big?
Ah, it might have been the save fight. It might have been the save games got
Because
too big.
because that's definitely an issue with Skyrim over time if you do a lot and
Oh,
play a
okay.
long time. Because I mean, it tracks all the objects, it saves all of that stuff and all, and that. I mean, you just take what Skyrim users like to do, like have lots of cheese roll down a mountain, and all those cheeses have to be tracked, and they keep getting tracked.
Oh, like
So once you have stuff like that in there and keep on playing, the save files only get bigger.
it sounds like it definitely sounds like on paper it sounds great, right? Like, oh yes,
Hmm.
we'll track the location of all these different items in all the locations. But in practice, or at least in practice for some of these games, maybe it's not. Maybe we didn't need to do all that.
It's maybe a little bit too much for the console versions.
Yeah, maybe we didn't need all that. All
Hmm.
right, ladies and gentlemen. I don't like heavy topics. I don't. I don't. I'm not a fan of it. Uh, but once again,
Yet we still
everybody.
get supplied them.
But once again, boys and girls, I get to do that thing I love to do, where Twitch culture crosses in to this show.
Culture. Yeah.
Culture. Yeah, okay, maybe that was the wrong word. A lot of times it's me looking in at the Twitch world through a window, mesmerized by the world that they existed. This is just a level of incompetency I just don't know how to feel about, and it's kind of insane to me. So, TwitchCon, the one of the big cons for Twitch streamers, I suppose,
Mhm.
had happened over earlier this month, and one of the streamers there was doing, I guess, a meet and greet. They were doing a
Yep.
meet and
Yeah.
greet,
Agreed.
and
Mhm.
this dude, this fucking dude, I guess managed to cross a bunch of security. Basically, he
Yep.
crossed by every single point of stopping people.
He just skipped the line essentially, just went around the line and went
And
there.
walked
Yep.
up to her, grabbed her, and forcibly tried to kiss her. In which the
Yep.
security ran up and like stopped him, obviously, because what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
And
But not the Twitch security, but her own
oh yeah,
security.
I want to be very You're right. I'm sorry. The way I worded that was probably incorrect. It wasn't Twitch that did this. Don't worry, we'll get there. But Twitch didn't do this,
Mhm.
of course not, because this is the
None of
same.
the good things in this were done by.
Her security stepped in and did the thing that they were supposed to do, which is be her fucking security, obviously. I want to be very clear. So they do this, and the attacker, the guy, was pushed, was taken away, but not like escorted off the
away.
premises. He was more like just shooed
Just
away, pushed
And-
away, and told
Yep.
to leave. Right, but
Mhm.
nothing really happened to him. Like he didn't.
Nope.
He wasn't banned. He wasn't told not to come back. He didn't
Nope.
suffer any consequences. He could just go
Not
around
at the time,
TwitchCon
nope.
doing what he wanted, at least for that amount of time. For at least
Yep.
at that point, there was nothing.
For quite a while. For quite a while.
Twitch Cause Twitch, love you. You guys are really really something
Mm-hmm.
special. I will say, Twitch's first response, not great. Not not not
Nope.
not uh not great. They didn't really do a great job with that. I guess they kind of tried to deny it, or like, oh, this wasn't really a as big of a thing as people think it is. It was handled, and we've taken proper
Yeah,
precautions. They
they
they didn't.
they
They
painted a rather different picture of how this all happened.
mm.
They claimed, for example, that the guy was apprehended and just pushed out the building, or rather the area. He was banned instantly and all that, which didn't happen.
No. Let's see here. Where is it?
At
Oh,
that
here.
at that point of the that response, that PR statement, they did state he was banned indefinitely, but that was only due to the fact that the streamer's manager went up to them, to the Twitch staff, talked to them, and heard that initially the plan was to ban him for a month.
Just a month. A month. A month.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a really good breakdown of this. So he crossed multiple barriers to reach her, including walking
Mm-hmm.
past another creator's meet and greet. TwitchCon security staff, three present in the area, did not react or pursue the individual. The person who stopped the assault was, of course, her security guard, as we mentioned. No Twitch staff checked on her afterwards to see if she was okay. Apparently, she overheard Twitch security joking that they didn't even see what happened. You know,
Mm-hmm.
not
Yep.
not great. Not great.
Oop.
The attacker was allowed to walk away and wasn't apprehended until hours later, seemingly only after her manager, like you said, pressed the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Twitch's response. Where is it? Is this the response? Here it is. So this is their initial response, right? This is the first
Mm-hmm.
one. The safety and security of all those attending TwitchCon is our highest priority. The behavior displayed by the individual involved in the incident yesterday involving a high profile streamer is absolutely unacceptable and deeply upsetting. In line with the security protocols, law enforcement and event security were on site and responded to the incident. We immediately blocked the individual from returning to TwitchCon. They didn't. They didn't.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't.
Yep.
And they were banned indefinitely from Twitch, both online and online events. We are coordinating with the impacted creators team and per our standard protocol to continue to cooperate with any law enforcement investigations. Now, I mean, maybe they did. Maybe they did later. That at the time
Mm-hmm.
when this was done, at the time when this was done, maybe they did. Maybe they did. I'll give them that. But not when this was done.
Yeah.
Not when this was done. This is
They
I
cooperated with them only in the terms that they, the police and the team, the manager and the team of the streamer went to them. They wouldn't have done shit otherwise.
which seems to be a very common problem with Twitch in general is I feel like
Mm-hmm.
Twitch doesn't I feel like Twitch is trying to play this thing where it's like they host these events but they don't want to be held liable or responsible to anything that happens, right? Like we want the event, but
Mm-hmm.
we don't want the responsibility in case something happens to these people at these events. Well, I'm sorry, buddy, but you don't host an event and not take responsibility. That's not how this works. All right?
Yep.
Someone gets assaulted at your event. Guess what? That's your event. Now,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Twitch could do the shitty thing and say, "Oh, but that's why they have security." No, motherfucker. No. That's not how the Yeah, they have security absolutely cuz they need it.
Yeah,
But
this one did, and the
yeah,
bigger streamers have.
they can afford to have
What about all
security.
the smaller ones?
Mhm.
I mean, there were two smaller ones, which were, well, similarly assaulted last year or 2 years ago, I think. I'm not sure. Last year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Two male streamers, and that also was cause for them to just not take it seriously.
Of course. Why would they? Because they don't want to take responsibility. They don't want they want this to be
Yeah.
they don't want this to be a Twitch problem. They want this to be a streamer problem. You see what I mean?
Hmm.
Because if
Yeah.
this because it's a oh no we didn't it wasn't on us we didn't
Yeah.
we just had the venue we're not responsible for
Hmm.
the people and all that stuff. We just pay for the venue. That's all we're doing, right? We're not we don't have anything to
Not
do
doing
with that.
anything
Yeah,
else.
yeah, right.
No.
We're not responsible for anything else that happens at the venue when they're doing this. I mean, but
We're just mandating the streamers to hold meet and greets if they want to have their own events there.
yeah.
But we don't do anything.
So yeah, gonna be honest. Now there was something. Where is it? Where did I put it?
Hmm.
I apparently, I guess at some point, I guess the CEO of Twitch or the guy in charge had gotten in contact with
Hmm.
Emiru about
Hmm.
this, which okay, nice touch, but that doesn't fix the fact that your people still fucked up. Like you don't
Yep.
like what?
I mean, getting in contact with her is pretty much the least thing you could do.
It's like, oh yeah, I heard about what happened. Really, really, I can't
Hmm.
imagine.
You did.
Oh really? Was that before or after everything went viral? Is that when you found
Hmm.
out around the time, like news
Was it
articles?
during your partying or was it after?
Was it before or after the ABC News fucking article got dropped? Was that when you noticed? Was that when you found out? Was that when you noticed? Was that around the time that
Hmm.
article dropped? Then you were like, "Oh yes, this I heard about what happened to you." Oh no, really? Can't imagine. Can't fucking fathom how it just managed to meet you on the grapevine about what happened. Cause
And his first thought probably was, "Fuck! I have to do my job now.
shit. I can't just push this off
Fuck! I
on
have
my
to work.
I can't
God
just
damn."
I can't just push this off onto my overworked staff who barely have enough time to get
Hmm.
anything done. I have to like actually do
Hey,
this.
oh no! I have to cancel my IRL stream. Oh no! Fuck. Hmm.
I have never been to a con like this. I will say that just from
Hmm.
my experience with Twitch themselves and the few times I've ever had to contact Twitch support, oh
Hmm.
boy, that's fun. I love those. Those were fun. That was
Hmm.
don't want to do that again.
Lovely. Lovely. I'm sure.
Right. You know what? I'll tell you because it's actually a really it's actually a really stupid story. So basically,
Hmm.
I did not for whatever at the time I I was trying it was something with two factor and I was going to take off the
Hmm.
current two factor I had on my account and then use a
Hmm.
different two factor, right?
Hmm.
But for whatever reason, the way I had turned it off the two factor side, but not the Twitch side because it was like two separate sides. So Twitch thought
Oh.
I still had two factor, but the other side didn't think I had two factor. So I
Hmm.
contact
Okay.
Twitch and I'm like, hey, I
Hmm.
need to access my account, but I've disabled two factor and it won't let me in because it's asking for two factor. And they're like, oh, well,
Hmm.
you need to log into your account and disable two factor. And I'm like, okay, but and then I'm like, okay, but I can't do that. They're like, well, contact the people that do the two factor. Contact them. They'll help you. They'll fix it. This is a
Hmm.
two factor problem, not an us problem. So I
Hmm.
contact the two factor people, right? The people who ran that particular version
Hmm.
of two factor, and they're like, well, we don't have anything for you. Or what are you talking about? So I start trying to explain it to them, and
Hmm.
they're like, but that's a Twitch thing. We don't have any control over that. They need to disable it. They can do that. Like they can let you back into your
Hmm.
account. We can't. We don't have anything to do with this, right? So I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, cool. So they won't help me either. So I go back to Twitch and I'm like, look, All right, I explained to them in detail what's happened, and I'm like, look, I have a copy of the entire email transcript between them and me on this subject. If I sent that to you, will you
Mm-hmm.
guys open my account? I'm like, yeah, sure, send it to us. And like 5 minutes later, like, okay, we've unlocked your account. I'm like, you
Okay.
fucking why? Like, what? I had to get a note. I had to get a note from my parents for you to fucking unlock my account. Is that what you're
I have a
telling
note from
me?
my mommy.
Had to get a note. Had to get a note from my mom for you to unlock my goddamn account. Really, really? Is that where we're at? Is that really what we're doing right now? This is where we are. I had to get a note from my mom in order for you guys to go. He's telling us the truth. We can unlock his account now. Thank you. Appreciate you. I hate it so much. And again, I want to be clear. I made this sound like a quick process. This was like a two or so week long process because I would email Twitch, wait almost 3 to 4 days for a response, get a
Mm-hmm.
response, email them back because obviously I'm trying to not have to go talk to multiple people. Wait another 3 or 4 days, get a response, and then go, okay, cool. I have to go through this again.
Yeah.
And then by the time I heard from the Two Factor people, my original ticket with Twitch had already expired. So they had already closed out my ticket. So now I have to
Great.
now open a new ticket with Twitch, explain my problem
Mm-hmm.
again, and then I had to wait an additional 8 to 12 days to finally get this result. Bro, what?
Great.
All this because I did not want to give up the Rezobasso name. That's the only reason I went through all this trouble. I did not want to have that name lost. I really wanted to keep that name. I regret it. I probably should have let that shit go and saved myself the fucking mental stress. But you know what? I fucking did it. So what are you gonna do? Now, CD, I know you haven't been doing the show as much, but I know for a fact you were on a different show talking about a subject, a very interesting subject that I now get to finally put my 2 cents on. Because I'll be honest, CD, I feel like I deserve a fucking victory lap. I'll be honest, I do. I do think I do. There is actual credible proof that has showed that over the years I have stated that I didn't think that the Xbox that this Xbox Game Pass thing was a viable option. I've said it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying it for years, and I'm finally vindicated. After years, pat my ass on the back. I was right. I done said it. I've been saying it, and guess what? I was right. I'm taking my victory lap. Xbox decided because let's face it, burning down your own brand isn't enough for you at this point. They decided to really double down on the burning down the brand. On burning down the brand by once again raising the prices of all their consoles again. By the way, second time in a year. Trying to just really point that out. Second time in a year.
Mm-hmm.
The Series X is now a $650 console. $650 console. That is insane to me. That is an insane move at this point.
Still cheaper than the Xbox handheld.
Is that I don't if that's a bragging point for them, then I mean, fuck. You're not wrong, but I don't think that should be the thing you brag about. I don't know. I just feel like that's not the flex you think it is. I feel like that's just not the
Just something I'd mention.
cheaper than the Xbox hand. I mean, yeah, it is. It is cheaper than the Xbox handheld. I guess that's the light at the end of the tunnel, I suppose. But they raised the price of all their consoles, not just that. Just the high end stuff. All their stuff has now gone up by another $50, which good luck. Good luck with that. And they decided to do the thing that has now probably made the Game Pass Ultimate thing absolutely not a worthwhile investment for people. And I'll go into why, because I do have some logic here for why it's not worth it, aside from normal saber rattling. It's now gone from $20 to $30, which is a 50% increase, which is a pretty absurd increase to do all at once. I feel like that's kind of unfounded to justify that kind of a price hike.
Yeah.
Okay, so why do I think that this is why do I think that this is no longer going to be worth it to gamers, aside from just the fact that people now have to consider spending $30 a month, which I think is a valid thing to bring up, but
Mm-hmm.
why?
Yep.
So let's do $20 at 12, which is the original price. $20 at 12 is $240, right?
Mm-hmm.
$240 a year. Now, if we assume that like you'd have to play through about 4 games, about four games at $60. Four
Yeah.
games at $60
Mm-hmm.
would get you to 240. So 4 games a year, 4 games at 60 to get you there, right? Now, I don't think that's that hard for someone who's willing to invest in Game Pass. I feel like at 4 games at $60, maybe you include a couple of cheaper games in there. If you do a couple of, you probably can
Go
get there.
through a few shorter games and then yeah.
Yeah, you'll probably get there. You'll get close. You'll either
Mm-hmm.
get there or you'll get close. Okay. So at $20, well, it's not nothing. It's obviously not nothing. Let's be clear. That's not nothing. But
Definitely not.
that's not terrible. At 4 games a year, okay, fine. Now, if we do $30,
I mean, you'd have to do at least more than those because otherwise you're still just renting those games and not owning them, but still paying the price.
I'm looking at this from a break even perspective. Not even as a coming out
Mm-hmm.
on top. As a break even, you gotta do 4 games. You want to come out on
Yeah.
top. You want to come out on top on this little equation. Yeah, obviously you got to do more, and you got to.
Significantly more because many of those games you'd buy at a sale, for example.
Mm-hmm. At $30, which is what they are proposing now, at 12 months,
Mm-hmm.
we are now looking at 300
At Xbox 360.
Yeah, we're looking at $360 a year. At this point, at the point where you're looking at this number,
Mhm.
right? I would actually say that at this point, an average individual, not me, don't be me. We're not.
Mhm.
I am not average. Do not look at me like I'm somehow the guy you should be taking his word on this for. But an average dude who's maybe only picking up, we'll say, a couple games a year, you're better off just
Mhm.
buying the fucking thing you want.
Yep.
You're better off. At 360, fuck it, just buy the fucking thing. The benefit now is gone. All right, I don't see this being somehow a good deal. I mean, I can't think of a situation where this is still a worthwhile deal to someone, and it not
Maybe if
just
you're not the only one using it, if you're, for example, in a family and your kids are using it as well, for example, then you can
yeah.
get through more games. Something like that could help.
That could, yeah, that's such a niche. Yeah, that's okay. That would work in a family situation.
I'm not sure if that's such a niche.
Okay, it's okay. So like, you have a couple kids. They're all playing Xbox. They all
But
have games they
it's
want to
still a
play.
significantly worse proposition now, definitely.
Oh yeah, and, no, it's absolutely not a good deal. It's not a good deal.
Mhm.
I'm not saying it's a good deal. I'm saying like I can't
Yeah.
think of a case scenario.
I recognize that.
I can't think of a case scenario where like someone would look at this and go, yeah, this still probably worth. I mean, not even like maybe if you're like away from home all the time or you're doing a lot of game stream. No, because even then that's still $360 a year just for game streaming. There's cheaper options of that. There
Mhm.
has to be cheaper options if you just want to like stream your game from wherever you are or some nonsense. Like there's got to be better options of this. This is not that. This can't be the best option. Like at that point, dude, just buy a fucking Steam Deck or something. I don't know, like. Buy a Steam Deck or an ROG or something. Oh, at that point, I mean, an ROG, the way they're priced, you almost should just buy an Xbox handheld at that point. At that point, I mean, maybe you would get your monies back after that. I don't know.
I mean, the Xbox handheld is an ROG, so yeah.
Yeah. So like at 360, man, you're talking like 6 or 7 games a year, and I don't know, man. That just
If you're going by the $60 price, yes. But obviously there's also the higher pricing that Xbox is aspiring to.
So there's a lot of reasons I can imagine why they did this, why they made Game Pass more
Hmm.
expensive. I think it's a little, and to me, I think it's a little bit more nuanced than just Xbox wants money. Though I will not deny Xbox probably
That's
is
a big that's a big thing.
Xbox is absolutely trying to make back their money
Hmm.
after that massive buy that they did a couple of years ago. They're definitely
Yep.
trying to get their money back on that deal.
Yep. Hmm.
But a big reason I think this might be is the fact that I'm going to wager a very strong guess that
Hmm.
games like Call of Duty, especially on the Xbox
Hmm.
brand, are probably primarily bought through Game Pass, or primarily played through Game Pass for a lot of those people. I don't think a lot
At
of them were
least when
probably.
they are on Game Pass, and yes, they did have a news. There was a an article about that they lost around what was it, 300 million or so on Call of Duty being on Game Pass.
300 mil. Oh,
That decision cost them around 300 because so many people were playing it on Game Pass instead of buying the game.
I mean, that's the risk that yes, the risk you took when you decided to have a system like this
Yeah.
that get people games on launch for free. Get people games on
Yep.
launch. I mean,
Yep.
I'll give a little example. I used Game Pass. I had a code for Game Pass Ultimate that I had bought like super cheap
Hmm.
before this big price hike. I used that
Hmm.
to be able to play Power Wash Simulator 2 with my friends because I really wanted to play Power Wash Sim 2. I'm gonna buy it, obviously,
Hmm.
right? Like I'm gonna buy Power Wash. Like, let's be clear,
Hmm.
I'm buying Power Wash Sim 2 no matter what. I'm buying it. Like we're not. That's not that conversation here. Isn't if I'm gonna buy it. The conversation is I couldn't have bought it at that point in time, but I really wanted to play with my friends, so I just paid for it.
Hmm.
I used my Game Pass and got to play it.
Yeah.
Now I'm still gonna buy it,
Hmm.
but the problem is that most people and a lot of people who are using Game Pass might not have ever went back to go buy a
Yeah.
lot of these games. They're just not gonna do that, you
Yep.
know.
Yep.
Um,
There's gonna be a high percentage of people that just don't.
they're
They
just
just gonna go to the next Game Pass game.
they're just gonna be like, well, I got my I got my month or two of gameplay out of Call of Duty or whatever game I'm currently playing.
For
I'll move on
example.
to the
Yeah.
next thing.
Hmm.
I don't need to buy it.
Yeah.
There's no need for me to pay for me to buy it. And
Hmm.
again, price you pay here, Xbox. This was your idea. You wanted to bring as
Hmm.
many people to the platform as possible with Game Pass to get people to play games. I don't feel especially like this was somehow. I feel like this was a
Hmm.
maybe it was a good decision years ago when you first started Game Pass, but you probably should have drew some lines in the sand about what games you could and couldn't have on Game Pass because I feel like you really shot
Hmm.
yourself in the foot.
Yeah. Because at most, you got some casual players into Call of Duty for a while. All those people that regularly buy the newest Call of Duty and only buy that, they're not gonna be interested in Game Pass anyway. You're not getting those people there because they just buy the game and that's it. They don't care about Game Pass.
Right. Like the people like that's the like you said, that's the thing. The
Hmm.
people the people who we be talking about aren't the ones who are probably getting Game Pass. Like, people who are already
The
buying
only thing
games.
you did.
Oh,
Mhm.
yes. People who are already buying games, maybe they'll pay for like the most basic live just so
Mhm.
they can play with their friends. Like, that's fair.
Yeah,
Like $10, okay, cool,
and they
whatever.
already have that anyway.
Right?
If they,
They already have something like that, so they don't need Game Pass. Like for
yeah,
me, Game Pass was never something I would have needed because, like you said, I'm already gonna buy the fuck. I don't need Game Pass to play fucking this. I'm already gonna buy it. Like I knew I was gonna buy it.
yeah,
That's the thing. So
yeah.
yeah, you draw in a casual audience, absolutely. Which by all means, fantastic. You get more people playing
The
video
only
games.
thing you've done is made people not buy Call of Duty because they say, okay, I only want to look at this casually. I only want to have a short look at it. I have Game Pass. I play it. Done. They don't care about it anymore. You're not getting more buyers to Call of Duty. You're getting less.
So now I've always remind people about this whenever I bring
Hmm.
this up because I feel like some people
Hmm.
have this notion that what they see via the internet is the world itself, and I remind people that the internet is not the world; it is the internet. And it was the story
Yes.
about how it was a story about how the Game Pass website crashed at the announcement of Game
Yeah.
Pass price going up. And one of my buddy was like, "Ah,
Hmm.
Game Pass is cooked." I'm like, "Okay, but like, is it like? Here's the thing, right? My theory is
Hmm.
very simple. Yes, a lot of people who saw that announcement canceled their subscription. I don't deny that. I
Yes.
That's obviously what happened, right? Like, facts are
Hmm.
facts. Was that
Hmm.
like as many people? Like, obviously that was a lot of people. But where I think we're going to see the bigger downfall here isn't that. Is going to be a month or so out, because what's going to happen is people are going to start seeing, because there's a lot of people who have subs and don't pay attention to what they're getting
Yeah,
pulled out.
it's also not even a month out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a petering effect because a lot of people also have amassed stuff like 1 month, $1 per month subscriptions and all those special
Right.
deals and all that. And those people are also now gonna quickly do that again at the announcement. So once those run out, then we're gonna have a downturn.
Yeah, we're gonna. The thing is that people are like, oh, they're cooked. I'm like, no, no, we're not gonna see the real
Not
fallout to
instantly.
this. We're
Not
not gonna
instantly.
we're not gonna see the real fallout of this
Hmm.
for probably a couple of months, like you said, between the people who
Yeah.
were already amassing these car, who had like these car that they have to wait for their sub to end before they can renew it. Those people, we're gonna see those people slowly
Yeah.
start to peter out as they run out, and then we're gonna start seeing people who maybe don't pay that much attention to Game Pass, and then realize,
Hmm.
and then look at their bank statement one day and go, "What the fuck? What? Why is Xbox charging me $30 for? What the hell?"
Yeah. For example,
You know,
it's
we're
it's kind of like a let's see what would be an apt analogy. Kind of like you're flying on a plane and you look at the fuel gauge and it just goes to bing reserve. You
right.
still have some left, but it's in the red.
So I think this is going to be something where they saw the initial drop off, because like I said, people who
Hmm.
are eternally people who are for the most part online are going to be the first people
Hmm.
who unsubscribe, obviously. And
Yeah.
I think the rest of it, the bigger fall off, is going to be over the next couple months,
Hmm.
because that's what people
Yeah.
who are.
It's gonna take a while.
But I genuinely don't think that Xbox is going to. They're like, because the thing is, all they added to Game Pass was like
Hmm.
better game streaming options and like the Ubisoft Pass or whatever to Ultimate, like
Hmm.
access to
Yeah.
Ubisoft games. Which,
Yeah, stuff
yeah,
like that.
which I'll be honest, Ubisoft probably wouldn't sell people at the best of times. Let
Hmm.
alone the Ubisoft that we know right now. That's not selling people on this.
Hmm.
Are you fucking kidding? No, no one's staying signed up for this for fucking
Hmm.
Ubisoft. There's
Unless you, yeah.
no one, not a single goddamn soul is currently subscribed to this. Saw the price go up and go, I'm subscribing. Wait, I get Ubisoft now? Well, oh, by all means, I guess I have to keep my sub. No, nobody's fucking doing that. That's not a thing. And that's the crazy thing is like okay, if your goal is to try to like recoup cost after you guys the crazy thing about this
There's.
whole the crazy thing about them buying out Activision Blizzard
Mhm.
is that they had every opportunity to change their mind. The government gave them so many opportunities for them just to be like, we're not pursuing it anymore. The government held them
Mhm.
up in this sale for well over a year. They had every opportunity to not shoot themselves in the foot, and they just still proceeded to point the gun at their foot and blow their foot clean the fuck off.
And in regards to the recouping costs, that's one factor, but there's another one as well,
Mm-hmm.
which we've learned about. That the Microsoft management is mandating they have a 30% profit margin.
I've heard about this. I've heard about this.
Hmm.
They have to mandate and I think like most companies like are pulling an average of like 13 to 15, maybe 13 to 10 to 13 or
Probably something
something.
like that. Yeah, 30
I
is
think
on the high
yeah,
end.
like Nintendo can pull at
Pretty
times
crazy.
pretty high up to 20, maybe a little higher than that at like a really
Mhm.
good time, but 30% profit margin, 30%. 30, my guy, my guy. 30%. Jesus
That's pretty much
Christ.
setting them up for failure.
There's I mean I mean now the problem is like at 30%, like who's gonna buy it? Like no one's gonna step up for that. That's at $650 for a fucking like guys, what? At a price like that,
No,
you're all
that's not specifically just the consoles or something. That's the
it's
overall.
yeah, it's their
So
overall
they
profit
can
margin.
so they could counteract that with other stuff. They don't necessarily have to have the console at a 30% margin, but through other things that they sell, they can counteract that. But the overall profit margin has to be at 30,
Well,
which is insane no matter what. No matter
30%.
how they mix and match it.
30%.
Hmm. Yeah,
30%.
Microsoft overall is absolutely disconnected from reality.
I mean, it's between this and like Microsoft. Uh, I think for one of their most recent updates to like Windows 11, they're trying to remove as many
Mhm.
ways for people to make a local account as possible.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it didn't work because I mean it worked. I mean it removed those options, but there are plenty. I forget his name. Chris Titus. That's his name.
Hmm.
He's a web developer who named Chris Tice, who has come up with numerous ways of like debloating and like removing a lot of this nonsense out of Windows. And he just created his own
Hmm.
like method of like you get to that point in the Windows setup, you input a line
Hmm.
and command line, and it skips that process for you entirely and just
Hmm.
puts you in with your own user account without needing to sign in.
It's an eternal fight
Yeah.
between those two.
So that's cool. Love that.
Yeah.
Love. So I don't know, man. I feel like Microsoft.
Hmm.
I feel like Microsoft like bought with. I feel like Microsoft let Xbox go through with this sale, and it's now like, well, fuck, guys,
Hmm.
fuck. We gotta try to get some of this money back here. You guys gotta you guys gotta turn it around.
Hmm.
You guys kind of stop being a nothing a rounding error on our spreadsheet here. You're kind of a
Well,
bit.
overall they still are, but they still look at the number and see a red, because just buying Activision wasn't isn't even the only investment problem here. We've seen the management issues over the years with all this thing, with
Yeah,
all Xbox, with all different studios, with all Arcane, with 343, with the whole Halo Infinite stuff. Yeah, there's been a whole heap of management issues there.
there's also they announced Halo
The
like
Perfect Dark
Halo
cancellation.
Campaign Evolved, which is going to be coming to
Hmm.
PlayStation, and
Yeah,
there's been a lot of
yeah,
talk.
and to other systems as well. I think also for Switch too.
I don't know if it may probably. I wouldn't doubt it. I
I
wouldn't
think.
put it. I wouldn't put it by them.
Hmm.
Now I don't know if
Let's
it's an
see.
art
I know
direction thing that.
PS5, Xbox Series, and PC for
Now
now.
I don't know if it's an art direction thing that they're doing
Hmm.
or not, or if it's just me. But some of the way the textures look during the stuff that they showed, it looks a bit
Uh-huh.
AI like. I don't know. The textures don't seem right. I don't know if this is
I
just a
mean,
really early
it's
build. It might be an
I'm
early build.
pretty
That's
sure it's an Unreal Engine 5 thing.
oh, is it okay? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's an
Some of
Unreal
the
Engine
way
5 thing.
some of the textures and things look, they just looked really
Mm-hmm.
off. Not bad, but they
Mm-hmm.
looked like that weird kind of smoothed over kind of thing. I don't know. It's hard to describe.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't look the
Yeah,
way I.
maybe that was because they used Photoshop generative fill for the textures.
Yeah,
maybe,
it looked
or it was an early version or whatever. Yeah,
it just
everything's
looked
possible.
it looked off, like genuinely off to me,
Mm-hmm.
and like I don't know. I don't wanna point fingers. I just
Mm.
I looked
I'm
at it and I
I'm
went, eh.
sure I'm sure many people are gonna dissect the differences between the original and this uh, at the latest when it's out, because I've already seen some comparisons,
I
and
think this is
they
a
did not land in a positive reaction.
I don't know. I think this is kind of annoying to me because as someone who bought the
Mm-hmm.
Master Chief collection,
Mm-hmm.
seeing them do the I mean, I get on one hand I kind of get, on the other hand it's like,
In the Master Chief Collection, was more a remaster. This is a straight remake, effectively.
well, yeah. I guess I
But I get what you mean. Like, it's not been that long for
I don't
since
think
the last update
I don't think
to
it's been that. And the
that.
thing is, they're still they've been still updating Master Chief Collection. That's the thing that like
Hmm.
blows my balls off. Is like you guys are still actively putting at least some level of development into Master Chief Collection. Like I would feel like
Hmm.
if you were going to do this, you wouldn't be actively pouring development time and like updates and like community stuff
Are they
into Master.
still? Because haven't they stopped doing updates for that or a bit ago?
Maybe within the last like year, they've
Hmm.
made like adjustments to it and like they've done a lot
Okay.
to fix a lot of the problems that the game has had. Granted, a lot of those problems were mostly multiplayer related because I've played through a lot of the campaigns on Master Chief Collection. They've all felt really good. I've never had a problem like playing the games themselves. I think a lot of the problems were always
Hmm.
like other elements of the game because like the games themselves are just good games. Like I'll say it, I think they're all just
Hmm.
good games. So according to this, it's Xbox and PS5 and PC.
Yep.
But since you brought up the Switch 2, something came out about the Switch 2 that uh, actually made me kind of go, oh, that makes sense. So
Hmm.
there was a large conversation around like the game key cards, and I think it
Hmm.
was Star Wars Rebels or whatever the most recent Star Wars game was, and it was they were
Hmm.
talking about how they had to use game key cards because the
Hmm.
actual physical cards that are just the normal cards that aren't game key cards,
Hmm.
their transfer speeds aren't fast enough to be able to
Interesting.
for
Yeah,
their
I heard
for their
a
game.
thing about that.
They're not
That's
fast that
interesting.
they're not fast enough.
Uh-huh.
So they can't the
Hmm.
read write speeds from that card can't move fast enough in order to support a lot of these games. At least
Huh.
that game in particular. I don't know if it's every game, but a lot of this has turned out. As I think
Uh-huh.
this also came out for the Final Fantasy VII remake and rebirth, or Final Fantasy VII remake
Hmm.
coming out for Switch 2. That also had a similar problem of we have to use
Uh,
game key cards because the actual regular physical cards that they give access to, they're just not fast
mhm.
enough. They can't move the data fast enough for us to get this game running properly.
Huh. Which is weird.
I I think that's the standard. I think that's just the speed of the faster SD that they're using. It's just not fast enough. I guess. I don't know the
Yeah, I
particular.
think, but they have their internal memory, their internal
Yeah,
storage,
which is
which
why
is the fastest, and then the express
they
cards.
which is why they want to use game key cards because that's basically
Hmm.
just a download and that's just
Yeah.
running off the internal.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
that's going to be
Yep.
obviously
Yep.
worlds faster than trying to
Hmm.
run it off of a physical cart directly.
Yeah, which is interesting.
How so?
When they
What part of
go
this is?
through all the effort, when they go all through all the effort of having the onboard memory that fast, the onboard storage and the express cards, they mandate those as well. That they don't make sure that the regular cartridges are at least a decent speed, in at least around the speed of the SD cards. That's pretty bad. And I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
they don't even really have to make sure the write speed is fast. because at most you write the save games on there, and I don't think even that. I
No,
think the
no,
save games and all are all on the onboard storage, so
correct.
they only have to make sure the reading speed is fast enough.
Right.
They can skip the whole writing thing.
It does.
So,
Now you mentioned that does seem really weird to have the onboard like onboard read of the actual device itself
mhm.
be so dramatically faster than the actual card
Yeah,
that you're using. That does seem really like out of whack. Like I don't know why. I mean,
it's a really weird area to save on
it's like, oh yes, they are
with the
onboard.
cost of the system.
The onboard is really fast, but the new card reading are also really fast, but not as fast as our onboard. But then why
Mhm.
not have parity? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously because at the end of the day, you're gonna be
I
held
kind
back.
of
But
I kind of wonder which one is the limiting factor, the cartridge or the controller, because if it's like with the SD cards, they could have different speeds with the cartridges.
hmm,
That the controller is the limiting factor, which is on the Switch potentially, because I don't know honestly. I don't know which.
it's a
I'm not completely sure which how they do that with the cartridges with the regular ones. But if they made the cartridge controller fast enough and the cartridges themselves aren't fast enough, that would be really weird.
well, according to the director for according to one of the developers for
Hmm.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, that's bringing it to Switch. He talked
Hmm.
about why they couldn't just do a normal physical version of the game because people found out it was game key cards and got upset about it. And he was like, "We can't. Like, we physically
Hmm.
can't. Like, the game card themselves can't move the data fast enough or read the data
Which is
like."
also kind of weird because they had remake on the PS4 with a disc.
That's true. Oh well, I mean, how? Okay, so how much? How much is that? How much are we really reading off of the disc while you're playing the game? Like that's the thing I've never been able to
Probably
understand.
enough.
How
Yeah,
much?
as
How
long
much?
as it's
Because we're obviously installing something to the drive. Obviously, data is being put onto the drive when you put that disc in. I
mhm.
know it is. I can hear it whirling up a fucking
Yeah,
storm
the
in there.
question is how much of it is installed and how much is read from the disk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's the question I have. I mean, could there be some
Hmm.
way to like do this? Maybe I don't know. I just find it weird to put in a cart and have it
Yeah.
install and still have to. Because at that point, if you're doing this, if you're doing something like that, where you put a cart in and it has
Hmm.
to install data to the
Yeah,
actual
I
console,
don't think they I don't think they even have any sort of way to do that.
like
Because if they would have, then
you.
Square wouldn't have done it like that.
Oh, I'm just
If the Switch 2 would have the option of installing stuff from the cart on the system, they would have probably gone that way. They would have probably given people the option.
because like at this point, every single game I've seen that gets announced for the Switch 2 is Game Key
Hmm.
Card. It's a
Yep.
Game Key Card game.
And definitely not all of them are gonna be because of the reading speed. Because Cyberpunk has the game on the cart.
Huh.
It's a big factor is also the way that Nintendo seems to be making them available. Because
Mm.
apparently they're only offering the 64 gigabyte cards yet,
Uh huh.
and not smaller ones. And the
Ah.
64 gigabyte cards are pretty steep in price. I think it was let me double check. I think it was around $20. I
Oof.
think. Let's see. Switch to card price. It was 16. It's close enough.
Mm. Mm.
But yeah, the devs have to pay $16 for each card.
Yikes.
And
Yikes.
you can't do that when you have a game like, for example, Bravely Default, which I think is 40. You can't use the regular cards. You
Can't do
you
it.
don't need the size. You don't need the 64 gigabytes with that because I think that was an 11 gigabytes game or something like that.
Yeah.
So at most you'd need a 16 gigabyte one, and that would be significantly cheaper. But you don't have that option, so you'd have to pay the 16. So obviously you're forced to use the game key cards.
Man,
Yeah,
I
great job, Nintendo.
I
Great job.
just like I'll be honest. I'll be like
Mhm.
I'm gonna lay my cards out on the table. I don't have I guess my issue here, right, is like
Mhm.
I don't have an issue with something being a digital game, right? By and large, I don't care if it's a digital game. I don't. I don't
Yeah.
care. I'm not in or against on either direction. Where my issue comes with Nintendo purely is the game key card is like not is the worst of both worlds. Okay, what's
Mhm.
it's like the worst of
I've
both
loo-
worlds.
I've looked at the data. Apparently, if the Google AI overview is correct, the cartridges have a maximum transfer rate of 400 megabytes per second,
Hmm.
which is less than half of the SD card
Oh,
that you have to use there. Less than half because that one has to have a guaranteed speed of around 900.
oof.
So Mario Kart World they have as an example here. Startup time on the cartridge 24.9 seconds. On the micro SD it's 15.9. On the internal storage it's 16.4.
Oh, oh wow.
So, yeah. That's absolutely stupid.
Because my
And
thing
they
is
still charge 16 for that. Great.
my thing
Thanks,
is
Nintendo.
like the game cards. Like, if you want me to buy a game digitally, then just have me buy a game digitally. If you're gonna give me the option to
Yeah,
buy a game,
most people are just
if
yeah,
you're gonna have me buy a
most
game
people just
physically,
go to the
then
shop.
have me buy the game physically. That's
Yeah.
fine. Either one. But don't do this halfway house nonsense of giving someone a physical item like a cart, and then us finding out that the cart has nothing on it. Like, that's silly.
I mean, thankfully it's prominent enough on the packaging that that's
I'm
prominent enough
it's
as a marker,
just
thankfully.
as its own
But
existence,
still,
I find it to be.
as a principle, it's absolutely stupid because most people are gonna go with the digital shop
If you're
anyway. In
Yeah,
that case,
if you're going to make me choose between physical or digital, and your
hmm
physical option is basically just a digital with an
yeah,
extra step, the extra step of putting in a fucking cartridge, by the way. Like,
yep. There's a reason why in Japan they made those things ill not eligible for the archival for the digital preservation thing.
mm.
Not the digital preservation thing for the preservation thing that they have.
Oh, what, game key cards? They're just not
Yep.
eligible.
Check which it was special. Yes, the Japan's National Diet Library. They have a preservation thing for archival of things, and those game key cards are not eligible for that
Yeah, because there's nothing there.
for good reason. Yep.
There's nothing fucking there.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you want to make an all digital console, so be it. You want to make a console with physical media, also so be it. But don't halfway
Yeah.
house it. Don't do this because this is
Yeah.
silly. You essentially put like the crazy thing is it's very obvious Nintendo knows how much people enjoyed buying Switch games, like collecting Switch games. They clearly knew that. They know that. They have
hmm
seen it. So they're like, okay, we don't want to make a digital console because if we do that, we're going to lose that market. And that market is
Yeah.
obviously very good for us.
Especially when the backwards compatibility is one of your big factors.
Right. We don't want to lose that market. So how
Hmm.
do we keep that market? Well, we'll give them a cart. There just won't be a game on it. Oh
Hmm.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
like that's not like no, because at that point, one, like if I do get it, whenever I do get a Switch 2, whenever that happens, I'm just gonna buy shit digital. I'm just not gonna buy my shit physical because at that point, I'm not gonna buy a cart that
I mean,
doesn't
I'm gonna
have a
buy the
fucking game.
things physical that are real physical,
Right.
but not those game key cards.
If it's actually a physical, if it's actually a game on a cart, I'll buy it. But everything else, I'm
Yeah.
just not gonna waste my time. There's no point. You've removed the point. You've removed the reason
Unless
why I
there's
cared.
a significant sale.
Right.
If it's on a significant sale price, I might go for a game key card.
You might. Oh, yeah,
But
that makes
otherwise,
sense.
no.
Yeah, it's not gonna be worth it. It's silly. It's absolutely
Hmm.
silly. I don't like. I mean, me. I don't. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what the purpose was beyond for game key cards outside of. I mean, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what this accomplishes for them. I don't
Their
get
thought
it.
was probably to have an alternative to those games that you buy in a package, but only get the code. Because that's a completely stupid thing as well.
Yeah, actually in some ways that's worse.
Yeah.
That's well, yeah, no,
I mean,
that's worse.
this
It's not
isn't good
good.
either, but
It's not
yeah,
good, but I find
it's a small
the
step up because it's a small step up because with this at least you have the flexibility of taking that card and putting it into another console and it's still working.
ah man, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. This is so stupid.
Yeah,
This is absolutely stupid.
yeah.
But what's
And it
great.
wouldn't even be such a big problem if they would at least have the alternative of different sized cartridges and not having them that slow.
They're also from what I've seen from like smaller devs is that Nintendo
Hmm.
is picky about who they give Switch 2 dev kits to. So depending on
Yeah,
the dev,
not surprised there.
depending on the dev, they just tell them to just make it a Switch 1 game.
Not surprised there at all.
So they're like, it's like, oh yeah, for your game, just make it a Switch 1 game. Don't don't worry about making it for
Hmm.
Switch 2. Just make it a Switch 1 game. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Hmm.
It's like it works either way. Which I mean, okay, some areas I might say, okay, yeah, but make for the lowest denominator.
Hmm.
Fine. But again, you have newer hardware. Why would you tell people to not make their game for that newer hardware? That doesn't make sense.
And
You
at
have
this point, at in this time frame, at this point, I can see why because they still want to have the support for the Switch One. They still want to keep supporting that. So if there's a game that can run on the Switch One without a problem, it makes sense for them to push people to support it still. It's not great in terms of communication with the developers and all, but it still makes sense for them.
yeah, fair enough. So yeah,
Because there's
that's
how many Switch ones around still? How
quite a
many did they sell?
yeah, a lot to say the least. So
Yeah.
yeah, I okay.
And and even with the Switch 2 selling like hotcakes, that's still gonna take quite a while to replace all those Switch ones.
Right. To get as many people to move as possible. So, I mean, okay. I I just feel
That
like this
aspect does make sense. It's obviously done in the bad Nintendo way of not communicating well with the people, like they do.
I was going to say not communicating at all.
Yeah,
Just
that too.
not
That
communicating
too.
at fucking all, which seems to be Nintendo's
Yep.
primary way of doing things. Is that we don't need to communicate. It's fine.
Yep. Absolutely.
They'll
They do very well. Not communicate.
they'll figure it out. They'll get it. But I mean, I can't be like that's the thing. It's like I hate it because it's still sold really well, and the Switch 2 is a nice piece of hardware. That's the fucked up
It is
part.
absolutely.
That's the fucked up part. Is like you got the assignment right, but you went about every other aspect of it fucked up.
The hardware part of the Switch 2 is pretty much the only thing that you can just say that's positive. Everything else, there's a giant asterisk to it.
How you managed to do that? How you even managed to like? Why you
Nintendo
wouldn't
World does find a way for many
like
things.
you like? I hate like you guys had the formula. You had the
Yeah.
you had the formula. All you had to do is make your console a little stronger, make your console a bit stronger, add a couple new
Which they did
have a
significantly.
have a couple nicer features, and I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not make the Pro controller something that's almost impossible to take apart and also put back together. The new Pro controller is basically impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, you could take it apart, but putting it back together
Mm-hmm.
the way it was is not possible because they
Okay.
glued a bunch of shit with it.
Ah, they went the Apple way. Okay.
Yeah, like they glued like
Mm-hmm.
the faceplate is like
Yeah,
glued.
they. Speaking of that, yeah, they're going the Apple way in quite a few significant things.
Yeah, they glued it. I don't know why they chose
Yeah.
glue. I don't know why you did that. Which
Because
okay,
it's cheap.
it's cheap. I mean, I get. Okay, but you're already
Very
char.
likely.
Is it like how much money are we talking here? How much money are we talking here? Like
It's the usual thing. Per unit, it might not be much, but if you count all the units together, it's a lot. It's the
no.
usual thing.
Uh,
Small things amount to a lot.
mm, okay, I
It's the
guess.
usual thing.
I guess. I don't like it, but fair enough.
And of course, them being them, they don't want people to repair stuff themselves.
No, they
They
don't.
want to do that.
Yeah, well, the Joy Cons are still pretty much the same build as the original, so
Yeah, yeah.
I could still open
They
those.
improved on them a bit, but obviously, due to the magnets, they can't do them with the whole drift resistant hull uh, things. Yeah.
So there's actually work on those. There's actually work on sticks for
Mhm.
those that are going to be usable for those. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that technology works out at some point. So
Yeah, I wonder. I
yeah.
wonder how that worked
Gully Kit says he's
because
working on
that
it.
was their official statement on it, from what I remember, that the magnets are too strong to and they cause interference with that whole thing. Which I could believe because the magnets are quite strong.
Oh really? The what
I mean,
like stick to your fridge strong or like
I haven't tested them significantly, but when you try to pull, they have significant
oh okay
staying power.
they are in there they are not those aren't
Mm-hmm.
okay
Yep.
I see
Yep. Yep.
okay that's not great but okay so
Yep. That
oh
was that was one of the things that were a bit unsure when they announced the thing. How well is that gonna work? But those magnets, yeah,
all
they
right
do hold.
all right well
So
like I
in that
said
regard,
with
I could believe that that's the issue with the sticks not being Hall. Was it Hall effect?
Hall sensing sticks.
Mhm.
I know Gully Kit, one of the guys who
Hall
first
effect joystick. Yeah, it's Hall effect joystick.
one of
Yep.
the guy who first started making who first like made the whole effect ones for Switch. He was the
Mhm.
first one to make. He was the first one to
Yep.
put them out there. He's already said he's working on them. He's like, yeah, I'm working on
Mhm.
a concept to
Yep.
make that functional and make that work. So
Mhm.
give it time.
It's gonna be interesting. Yep, gonna be interesting to see those because with the Switch One, obviously that would be easy because you don't have anything like that
Right.
there. But with the Switch 2, that might prove more difficult. But we'll see. Maybe he'll do it like having them bit broader or something,
Yeah. Well,
depending on
guys,
what he'll do there. If will he just replace the sticks in the regular Joy-Cons? I'm guessing.
I mean, that's what I had to do for mine. Is you just open up the
Mm-hmm.
Joy-Con and just
Mm-hmm.
you take out the old stick, you put the new stick in, and then you go into the
Okay.
calibration on the Switch, the
Mm-hmm.
calibration tool, and
Mm-hmm.
just recalibrate the sticks.
Okay. Gonna be interesting. Maybe he'll have some way of shielding the Hall effect stuff from that. Maybe. We'll see.
Cause,
Gonna be interesting.
I know all I know is the ones I have in mind. They work
Mm-hmm.
just they've
Mm-hmm.
I've had those now for two-ish years, two-ish.
Mm-hmm.
The ones in that one
Yeah,
is two-ish years now, and that
in the regular Switch,
yeah
I can believe that.
yeah
No problem.
they've been fine. They haven't drifted or nothing in like two
Mm-hmm.
plus years. So, anyways,
Yeah, I mean,
everybody.
they are Hall effect ones.
I'm sorry if the episode went on so long, but it's also been a really long time since I've had an episode, if I'm honest with you. Life has just been life. Nothing bad, of course, just, you
Mm-hmm.
get pulled to a Halloween party, you get pulled to a family gathering, and next thing you know, you've missed like 2 to 3 weeks. So it happens. So what are you gonna do?
It
What are you gonna
happens,
do? What are you
yeah.
gonna do? Anyways, everybody, if you're up to it, feel free to go check out the podcast in a audio format on a Google, Apple, and Spotify, or maybe you can check out my YouTube channel, Rezo Plays RPGs, where we have this podcast every week at some point and another, usually Wednesdays, but you never know with me. I'm not always the most consistent. I try though. So many fucking video games, guys. So many fucking video. Every
Yeah.
episode, there's always something new for me to play. I swear to God, I'm never going to. I got Xillia next week too. I gotta fucking.
Yes,
I mentioned
indeed.
this in our. I mentioned this
Five
in our.
days.
I mentioned this in our conversation not too long ago, where I am
Mhm.
plotting to finally get my revenge on this elemental wielding witch of a woman for making my life absolute hell in Berseria. I'm getting my revenge. I'm that was uncalled for. She did not have to do me that dirty. All right. The fact that she has a dual art with fucking Jude is fucking rude. That is rude. And that dual art fucking hurt. I'm not gonna hold you on this. That shit is absurd. Don't look if you ever somehow decide that you want to just kick your foot against a steel wall without shoes on over and over and over again, fine, do it. But just know, if they use their dual art, you will regret it. You will rue the day you picked a fight with both of them. Picking a fight with one of them at a time, super doable. Absolutely. Have a great time. It's hilarious. Picking a fight with both of them, fuck that noise. Go the opposite direction. Do not do it. It's not worth it. Don't do it.
Noted.
Don't do it. It's not two. I don't care if it's 2-on-3 or 2-on-4 or however many people are on your Tales of Berseria team. It's not a fair fight.
Mhm.
It's an obviously unfair fight in their favor, which is fucked up because I have more people than them.
You're 4 people against 2, and you're outnumbered.
Yeah, I brought more people, and they're like, you didn't bring enough people, bro. You didn't bring enough people. You're gonna need your whole team.
Yeah.
Bring your whole team, your whole crew.
Bring your whole team, you'll still be outnumbered.
Yeah, bring your whole crew. You need everybody. Fuck it, bring Rokuro's brother too. You're gonna need his help too, because we hit every single one of you L's. Anyways, everybody.
Break the game's rules, make the party bigger than it is, you'll still be outnumbered.
Oh God. Anyways, everybody, stay tuned. We are signing out, and I will see you all next time.
See ya.
Video games, man. Still didn't bring enough people. You didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't bring enough people. You brought 4 people to this fight. You didn't bring enough people. You didn't bring enough.
And this fight is unfair
It's
for you.